All right, good evening, everybody. I'm so sorry. We are a little bit late. We had some technical difficulties, but thank you to an amazing team of technical support. We got it right. Thank you to Amy and Sam and Tanya and Cal and everybody else that was involved. So here we are, and I am going to add our special guest of the night when she gets here. Sorry that you have to look at me so up close right now. Hi, good evening. I hope you guys are ready for some fun because we've got someone really exciting that I'm very enthused about you talking to tonight. Her name is Katie Hedin. She is an incredible leader and she's pretty darn fun. So I'm very excited for you to get to hear from her. What's neat about her is, there we go. Hi, Leah. Is that good? I'm glad it's working. What's great about Katie Hedin, you're going to love her. She is a full-time speech pathologist speech and language pathologist who works in an outpatient hospital. Yet, meanwhile, on the side, she does Stella Dot. You're like, wait, what? That's a busy person. How does she do so much? Well, that's what we're going to find out, and we're going to find out more about how and why it is worth her while. What's going on? I'm having the worst hair day ever, by the way, but we're just going to deal with it because it's real life, people. It's real life. But we're going to hear from, just like it's real life, why Katie Hedin has a full-time job, balances a lot, and yet gets it done. And so you're going to love hearing more from her. So, Katie, if you can request to join me. Hi, Kim. Hi, Leah. Let's get you on here. All right, we're waiting on Katie just to join. I'm so excited to talk to you guys tonight. It is a beautiful Wednesday night. Hi, Robin. Hey, Jen. Very excited to hear you guys. All right, as we're waiting for Katie to join, I just want to remind everybody that we do this every Wednesday night. So join us to find out more about a Stella Dot stylist and what it's like from very many different perspectives. Katie is this amazing stylist who works a full-time job, does not have children, so she's not, she's unlike some of our stylists. She doesn't have kids. She's got a unique perspective. She is a career woman with a husband who balances a full-time job, very full-time, speech and language pathologist with being a Stella Dot stylist. So I love her perspective. I bet you know somebody who would relate to what she's saying. So every Wednesday night when we do this, we give away a $250 shopping spree. And do you know how you can be part of that? All you have to do is tag 2 friends with the hashtag SDJoy. I'm going to say that a few times throughout the evening. Just put that in the comments below. Here she comes. Katie's in the house. And at the end of this webcast to give away a $250 shopping spree to someone great. And you know what I say? It might as well be you. So tag 2 friends below that you think would like to hear about this. And specifically, you might think of people you know, like the amazing Katie. There she is, Katie. Were you thinking we were like technically cursed? I was.
Yeah, but actually I'm so excited about this because I was walking at a very fast pace home from work and you gave me time to brush my hair really quickly. And I even put on a little chapstick.
My technical difficulties have made you look even clearer than you normally do.
Woo! There was a guy with his shirt off washing his car outside. You all could have seen that. This worked out very well.
How'd you even get here?
I don't know.
I'm impressed.
I have a husband. That's why.
There's always that. All right. Well, guys, I am super excited to be here. Again, sorry for a slightly late start. It's going to be worth it because you're going to love hearing all the stuff that this dynamo has to say. So let me remind you one more time as we get started, and I'm going to hand it over to her with a few questions, but I think she's probably just going to take it away because I know her. She's got lots of good stuff to say. If you can think of a couple people who you think might be interested in learning more about what it's like for Stella Dot, did you know, by the way, that I just learned this, 50%, half of all millennials. So my daughter is 24 and she's kind of the bottom end of millennials. So 24 to like mid 30s, I guess, is technically the millennial window. 50% of millennials have a side gig, meaning they're doing something else in addition to their full-time job. And 1 in 5 beyond that demographic, so over the age of like 35, 1 in 5 of those people have a side gig in North America these days. We definitely live in a gig economy, and you know what? We got you, boo. We're here just for that. To share the style and empower women along the way. And this amazing woman, Katie Hedin, is just like that. So I want you to think about That's fun. Do that. And then we can also do this. Oh, look at us. We're so cute. Think of also anybody you know who might be in either of those demographics and needs a side gig, as many people do, because we'd love to hear from her. Tag 2 of those friends below. Comment #SDJoy. We will draw for a $250 shopping spree at the end of the night. I'm going to give you a sneak peek because one of the things you might want to get is this
Love
legend.
that.
I love this necklace.
So cute.
This legend necklace, which launches in June, but of course these petal earrings are no joke either. So lots of great stuff for you to get. All right, with no further ado, as you are tagging and liking, welcome, Katie. I'm glad you
welcome.
Made it.
Thank you. I'm happy. No, maybe a little bit, but
that's okay. All right, it might be because of the car washing. All right,
I think so.
That's why it is. Tell us about you, where you live, how long you've been a stylist, and because you have such a very full-time job as a language and speech pathologist, what made you even decide you wanted to be one?
Sure. Okay. So of course I took notes because, you know, I'm live, so I want to make sure that I stay on task. But yeah, so I'm a full-time speech and language pathologist, and I live and work in San Francisco, and I've been married for almost 3 years, and I've been a Stella Dot stylist for a little over 2 years. So how I decided to become a speech pathologist, I'll share a little tidbit of my story with you. So I poured my time and my energy into pursuing a career in speech and language pathology. And I graduated college majoring in speech pathology, and then I moved directly to Colorado to attend grad school. And shortly after receiving my master's, I accepted a job in California, and where I have lived and worked since, and I love it here. So I've known for some time that I wanted a creative outlet, and something that my pathway for being an SLP just didn't provide. The experience as a full-time speech language pathologist was not fulfilling for me, and I knew I wanted to challenge a different part of my brain. So I watched as my San Francisco friends, my brother, my husband started really cool jobs at tech companies in San Francisco, and I got kind of envious.
Did you have like cool envy?
Yeah, they are so much cooler than me. Like all the perks that they were privy to, I mean, it was just insane. I had none of those perks. And I would go visit my brother at his office. There'd be a pool table in the middle and a fridge full of beer. And I was like, what is happening here?
I gotta tell you, Katie, I think I'm pretty cool. My millennial kids told me on the weekend I was cool, but I don't have a pool table or a fridge of beer in my house.
You can make that happen.
I could make that happen. Perhaps I should.
Yeah, we'll get on that. Okay. By Hoopla. Goal by Hoopla. Okay, so I was thinking, how do I make this jump into something new when I've had a very narrow focus on being a speech pathologist? And how do I reinvent myself as something other than an SLP? So then fast forward, I got engaged, and my creative side was stimulated by all things wedding planning. I loved the sense of purpose, and I loved just being able to plan a wedding that was, you know, to my style, and I loved the final outcome. And so what happened with that was after the wedding, I still had this sense of wanting more creativity. And the interesting thing was that the time in my schedule that was previously spent wedding planning was all of a sudden open. And it was less about physical time, but more about mental headspace for allowing creativity to come in. And
oh my gosh, I could kiss you right now. First of all, I know what it's like when you're planning a wedding. It's like all encompassing, right? So it's a lot of time. And
yeah.
It's fun time. It's kind of like planning any big event. So I'm sure somebody's listening who's planning a wedding or planned a renovation or a move or a big event like a party or something like that. And it's so all encompassing. And then when you free up that time, you're right. Suddenly you do have room for something else in your life. I love that.
Yeah. And it's just, it's not that you have to wait to join Stella Dot until you're done wedding planning, but this is just my story on how it came into my life. So right around that time, right after we got married and we came home from our honeymoon, my husband started an online business school program. So he is still working full time, but he was working full time. And then his after work hours were consumed by being online in a business school program. And so I still felt like, okay, I have all this extra time and my husband is occupied. So I need to fill this time with something. Um, so I started dabbling in writing children's books, and that was interesting. That was still very much connected to my full-time career, which is working with children. So I was like, no, this is not really filling my creative side. So then in January 2017, the Stella Dot opportunity presented itself. And I have always loved accessories. My maiden name is Reed, and there was a point in time where I envisioned opening a store with my sisters called Accessor Reeds. I thought that would be really creative and fun. So when I looked at the Stella Dot website, I wanted so many pieces, and I finally gave myself permission to say yes to something seemingly very excited. I signed up within 48 hours of hearing about the opportunity.
Okay, that's, first of all, how many people can relate to part of this, right? The full-time job where you're busy, or the full-time life of 4 kids or whatever. Like, people are busy, but they're not necessarily fulfilled, especially creatively. And I think it's actually incredibly, like, self-aware that you actually realized that was what was missing, instead of, like, filling it with shopping or consumption or whatever. People often
True.
time with, right? So
True.
I think that's super astute of you. So that was 2 years ago. I love that, by the way, you've been a stylist almost as long as you've been married.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, it's easy to remember.
Yeah, you can't know married life without Stella Dot. I like that.
Right.
So you did it then. It's been 2 years. How has your life changed over the 2 years?
So astronomically. I'm growing. I'm going to try to not get emotional because I'm just going to pretend like I'm talking to only you. Just you.
Yeah,
Okay.
that is what you should do. Forget all these people watching.
Totally. So I'm growing and stretching into a far better version of myself because of this opportunity. From a lighthearted perspective, I now belong to the tech culture that I was trying to get in on. And Stella Dot has definitely upped my tech tool game. So I have since learned how to take a proper selfie. I haven't mastered that skill yet, but my pictures have come a long way. And I had a very honest friend very candidly tell me that my pictures had improved. So that's good. And I now share Insta stories, not all the time. And I know how to zoom to Marco Polo. I have used Voxer once, and I go live on Facebook. If you would have told me that I would be going live on Facebook 2 years ago, I would have said you're crazy, and then I would have gone back into my introverted, closed off self.
Even if I told you like all the kids are doing it, you would have been like, oh no.
No, not me. No. Yeah.
Look at you now.
Look at me now. So I'm a far better. Well, from a deeper place of gratitude, Stella Dot has had a ripple effect on my life. And I love saying ripple effect because it really does consecutively and very observably change from a ripple perspective. And I'm a far better wife, sister, friend, daughter. I'm more open to change, and I'm growing stronger and more self-confident in myself. And I'm definitely working on being less focused on what other people think or say about me and more focused on putting out positive energy and being a version of myself I can show up in the best way for myself and others. So
you may not be going to cry, but you're getting a little dusty in my office right now, because I think that's so much what we're about. And people think as a Stella Dot stylist, it must just be about earnings and style. And it certainly is about both of those things.
Yeah.
But equally, it's about the community, right?
Yeah.
And the friendships and the girl gang and the tribe and friends and meeting friends and friends of friends and all of that, especially when you're new to a neighborhood like you are. I don't know what I'd do without the Stella Dot girlfriends that I have. So
yeah.
But I love how it's developed you.
Thank
me a
you.
little bit more then about how, on a practical level, and let me remind everybody, by the way, tag 2 friends, comment, hashtag SDJoy, and we're going to drop a $250 shopping spree at the end of this. Tell me practically, how do you fit it into your life? So your husband has a tech job. You have a full-time job. You also are doing this. You live in a very busy area, the San Francisco Bay Area. How do you fit it all in? Because over 80% of our stylists actually do have full-time jobs. And by the way, most have never done anything like this before. So if you're one of those people that can relate to either of those statistics, or the like 1 in 5 millennials who has a side gig or wants a side gig, or sorry, the 50% of millennials or the 1 in 5 of everybody else, then that you might be thinking about that, but also thinking, but I do have this full-time job, or I do have to do this charity work, or I do have these kids, or I do have these obligations. So how do you fit it in?
So I fit it in, I work it into my morning routine, and I squeeze it in during my lunch breaks or short breaks at work, and on the go. So I do home visits where I go into patients' homes to do therapy, and I will work my business in the car on the way to and from. And I work it in on weekends as much as I can flex it in and out. So what I would say is we all do come from different walks of life. We have different priorities and responsibilities that we're juggling depending on what phase of life we're in. And at the end of the day, I truly believe that if you want and value something enough in your life, you'll make time for it. You just will.
I totally agree with that. Not only that, your time expands to what you want to fill it with, right? Like you said, somebody managed to fit in what was probably equivalent to a full-time job, wedding planning, on top of another job because you wanted to do it. Yeah. And so if you want to do something, you'll find time. And so I love, we've actually built this business to be fit into the nooks and crannies, of your life. And I'm sure you take a few hours on one night a week or on Saturday afternoon or something and like catch up a little bit. Yeah. That's the whole point, that it's designed to be worked around a busy full-time life. So I love that. Has it been worth it? Like, you don't have to name numbers. I know that people get cringy about that, but like, has it been worth it? And what have you been able to do with those earnings? I know for you it's about more than just the earnings, but have they been meaningful?
Yes, absolutely. They've been very meaningful. And one more comment about that, how you fit it into work and then transitioning to what I've been using the money for. Most of my teammates have children. And so it is so encouraging to be working with a teammate full of hardworking women who work it into their family life. And I just like that hits home to me because I see them working their business and finding joy and squeezing in the time with that too. So what I've done with the money is I've used it flexibly to pay for mini weekend trips, apartment decorations, a little bit of shopping, and I've donated quite a bit to several meaningful charities. One that stands out to me is I was able to purchase a brand new audio system for an amazing teacher's classroom in Arizona.
Oh,
so yeah.
I mean, if people are already hitting the hearts for you, hit those dark hearts, people. There's lots of hearts. Yeah, okay, that's amazing.
Thank you.
I bet your apartment's looking pretty good. Did you put in a pool table or a beer fridge?
Not yet.
No.
But yeah. Let's stay in touch about that. Maybe I'll get a mini tabletop pool table.
Oh, someone should design a beer fridge with a pool table that's just a mini pool table on top of it. There's an idea there.
I love that. Okay, we're on to something.
Call it the Hedin Hammond Redner model. Okay. I love that. So it makes you feel good not only to do something for yourself, but to give back. And so many of our stylists do that, and they're able to do that when maybe otherwise you wouldn't be able to do that as meaningful. And you can kind of champion those charities. How did you find that teacher, by the way? Is there a personal connection?
Yeah, it was interesting because I believe it was a social media Facebook post, and this was a friend of my older sisters from high school who referred me for a teacher appreciation style session with this incredible teacher.
Okay, I love that. Such a great story. Okay, finally, there are going to be people watching this that are thinking, okay, well, she seems to have it all together, first of all. Like, don't we all wish we could be like Katie Hedin? Okay, so maybe people are thinking she seems to have it all together. She must, know things I don't. I think we all think everybody else has an advantage. She must have more time. She must live in a better area. She must be younger, cuter, stronger, faster. There's something everybody thinks.
No.
And so people think, well, maybe, maybe it's not for me, or maybe now's not the right time.
Yeah.
Kids are about to get out of school, or I'm about to move, or I'm busy, or I'm not busy enough, or whatever. What would you say to somebody who might be thinking it's either not for them or wondering if now's the right time?
So I would say if you already love the product, then you have what you need to take a chance on yourself. And you have to love the product first. I mean, if you love the jewelry and the bags and the clothing and you're curious about the opportunity, you should definitely take a chance on yourself. Okay, follow me here because I have this interesting analogy and it ties into the fact that I work with kids and that I wanted to write children's books. So bear with me, I promise there will be a good point. So there's a children's book series called Scaredy Squirrel. Maybe some teachers out there have heard about it. And I feel that the analogy is relevant here. So Scaredy Squirrel never leaves his nut tree because he's afraid of the unknown. So he sticks to the same predictable routine and schedule every single day and won't leave his tree for the fear of something bad happening. So one day he's forced to leave his tree for the day and discovers that the unknown is actually pretty amazing. And if you are someone who has an itch or a desire to try something new, but you have fears, maybe a fear of failure, I know that's huge. What if I fail? What if I fail in my first 30 days? What if I just can't do this? Or what others might think, say, or do if you do become a stylist. During that 48 hours when I contemplated signing up, one of my closest friends in the city shared her opinion with me that I should not sign up. And she is now a huge Stella Dot fan, I have to say.
Does she know you're talking about her right now? We won't name her.
I could name her and she'd be totally fine with it because she's public about it. But yes, she might not watch this, so it's okay. We'll just keep it between us.
We'll just talk about her, even though she's not here.
But ultimately, that ties back to you have the power to push that button to sign up and join and adventure into the unknown. And chances are that if you're watching, someone, I'm trying to make it not click on my necklace, someone in your life genuinely thinks that you'd love to experience the unknown because we are out of the comfort zone and taking chances, and it's pretty great on the other side. And then I would leave with, this is an opportunity where you don't need a resume. You you do not have to undergo long interviews and intense interviews, and you won't have to impatiently wait for somebody to say you're in or not in. You just click a button and you fill out a form, and if you want it, you're in. And if you aren't connected to someone in the community, I would love to be your mentor.
And if you're scaredy squirrel, there's a whole lot of other squirrels here that'll help you carry your nuts. Yeah. I
know. It sounds so, gosh, I hope you liked that because I know it's silly, but.
It's not silly at all. Do you know why I love that? Because I think, and I mean, I've certainly learned this over the years in this business, that fear is the number one thing that holds people back. Mm-hmm. And the thing about fear, since it's such a silly thing to hold you back, says Scaredy Squirrel, because 99% of what you're afraid of isn't true or doesn't happen. So mm-hmm. I think it's actually a great analogy and couldn't be more perfect from someone who did a donation to a teacher's classroom. I mean, clearly, and as a speech pathologist with children, clearly that's near and dear to your heart. And I think it's like a super authentic comment that, I mean, what have you got to be afraid of? I love it. And I kind of love you, I have to say. Do you know what else
You're amazing.
I also love all those clothes behind you because you're probably the envy of every speech pathologist.
Most of it is Stella and Dot. Actually, all of it except for this leopard thing right here.
That's good. Everyone needs a little leopard. Wait till you see our fall line. There might be some leopard in there to fill that. Get rid of that. Might fill the new space. Yeah.
I may have seen an incredible leopard thing coming during the focus group at the home office. And
you probably
it's amazing.
There's some leopard coming, maybe. Hypothetically speaking, I heard from a friend. All right, well, Katie Hedin is amazing.
Thank you.
And she is just such a great example of someone who's rocking this side gig, just like so many people are looking to do. And again, we would love to welcome you. We've got a couple of great sign-up kit options for you right now. You can go with our best sellers kit, where you get $1,000 in product for $199. It's easy button. We've picked for you our best sellers. You just like do what Katie said. You just like sign up and get it. You don't have to wait for a long interview process. I also would say you don't have to commute, which I also think is a great perk. As someone who's sitting in my home office right now. Or you can go with our $350 for $99 kit and give that a try too. But I highly recommend that $199. It's such an easy, no-brainer investment, and you're going to get. I mean, you'll have like a wardrobe like Katie. So we would love you to join us. And again, you might be thinking, well, I don't know if now's the right time. I would challenge you as final thoughts by thinking, well, if not now, when? Because in my experience, there's never going to be a perfect time. And as we head into our summer months, it's a great time to learn your craft so that when our very busy fall season comes around, our new fall line launches in July, you are ready to go and you will be able to maximize all of our great free styling rewards that happen over your Stella Dot career. So thank you, Katie, for bearing with me and my technical difficulties at the beginning, but for nailing it like I knew you would.
Thank you. You're amazing.
You're amazing. Let's do a little heart thing. It's like the Brady Bunch, but much cuter. Do you even know what the Brady Bunch is, Katie?
Of course I do. I'm older than you think I am.
Phew. Well, you're not old enough to know who the Brady Bunch was, and I got nervous there for a second. All right. Thank you guys for
Thank
joining
you
us.
so
Again,
much.
Hashtag
Bye.
STJoy, tag 2 friends. We'll give away a shopping spree later, and we hope you'll join us. Just go to StellaDot.com, and you can sign up. Have a great night, guys. Thanks,
Bye.
Katie.